everyone's a little bit confused. The last stream actually went to complete crap because apparently YouTube wasn't kicking in for at least a good solid 2 minutes. So there's actually about a 2-minute latency between what I was saying present time to what I was saying in the kind of past time. It makes any sense. So yeah, hopefully this one actually won't go so badly. Hopefully this one actually only has about 30 seconds latency because, yeah, this one, today YouTube has been going a little bit weird. And then, so it's pretty much, okay, this one actually working fine. This one's working completely okay. Alright, so that was a little bit strange. I don't know what happened before, but now this is completely correct. Now it's actually completely working. Nothing is going wrong. I'll put into a comment saying, do apologize for having to cut the stream. Right, yeah, so okay. So we had subs not coming out. Now we had streams not working, but now we're gonna have subs coming out and streams working. So I can imagine this one's actually gonna go a little bit better than the previous one. God damn it! I generally think the internet hates me today. Like I generally do, because I had about 25 minutes of feed completely cut short because of the fact there was no subs. Then this stream went completely haywire. So everything is going fine. Like, I'm about to kind of give up. Like, slowly. Okay, so, alright, without further delay, let's actually start March Comes Like a Lion, because I need to calm down slightly, and the best way to calm down is through March Comes Like a Lion, because as we know, it's a calming down show. It's actually kind of cool. Alright, so, I need to sort my ear out. My ear is actually kind of going a little bit weird. Alright. There's actually one actually... I can't speak English anymore. I can't even enunciate. It's how I kind of gonna give up soon. Right. Okay. So, in 3, 2, 1. Let us begin now. Oh, great. Even the Crunchyroll version's going constantly now. Let's go to 1 to 0 to freak out in a second. I'm about to freak out. I like the opening as well. It's going. So it's actually happened before. I think it's happened Mob Psycho 100 that I kind of had a stream that was working, but it wasn't really working. It was kind of working on my end, but not working on YouTube's end, and it kind of just kicked in like randomly. And after I terminated the stream, so then guys in there going, okay, thanks for that, YouTube. But I haven't had that happen to me in a long time, so it's kind of weird it's actually happened now. But at least it's actually now working. It's open's freaking fantastic. I love it. It's so meticulously directed. Yeah, sorry, it was a little bit weird. The stream kind of died. Hey, sorry about that. The stream died, so that's why I had to actually redo it. So if it's a little bit confusing, I do apologize. That's why it actually happened. But actually, like, kind of just like throws something at the screen, just so frustrated. Sometimes YouTube just works against everyone. Oh man. So yeah, I'm actually covering Lugo's code today as well, so that should be coming out in the next 2 hours, I think. It happens all the time, apparently. Like, it's one of those things that just randomly, sometimes will kick in and sometimes it won't. And I'm sitting there going, why don't you do this to me now? Still, I've got to admit, this is actually one of the most beautiful looking animes in a very long time. It's so nicely done. God damn that shaft. They do know how to actually direct a show. Also, how to frame a shot. Like they're animators, but they act like cinematographers in a film. They're better than most. They're going to pass out any second. Even down to the whole character actions, Shaft just know how to do it. I quite like the symbolism of the actual balloons as well. It's quite nice. I love the shots in this anime. They know how to frame him like really damn well. Every single shot just screams amazing, amazing. Hey, it's Kentucky. It's Sagita. See, wherever he goes, he'll always be Kentucky to me. Always. Even the music's really good. It fits the scene so perfectly. Damn, everything works in this anime so bloody well. It's a shaft turn. Quite like the actual idea that he's grown as a person as well since that day. Oh snap! Even that shit was freaking awesome. Damn it, Shaft. Got the last game. There must be something wrong with him then. Even still shot like that looks amazing. Just a power shaft. You know, this episode lacks Akari. Bring her back. There she is, his best girl. I love how bright and vivid this whole entire house really is. It feels like he's completely at home when he's in this house because the colors and everything just scream like homely and everything like that. Compared to his house, which kind of seems a lot really friggin' empty and kind of just desolate. This one seems bright, vivid, and full of life. Just shows where he's best off. Basically, it's amazing how they do it. It's just basically telling a visual story. She's got priorities straight. The mood changes so quickly in this anime, but it looks so nice. You see the supplements inside the actual scene itself, how it's just different to what was inside the house. It's causing a lump in my throat as well, actually. Christ, the bicycle. This is getting depressing really freaking quickly. Damn! Christ! That wasn't fun on my heart. Oh, Christ. What the hell happened? That they've been kind of lively, just being depressing in 5 seconds. Damn it, Shaft! Oh god. Oh. That's how you do it. That's how you can trust the move pretty freaking well. I can't actually fault them in a form that was meticulously done. Ah. I generally felt that lump in my throat because you've seen her so lively up to this whole entire point. Hina's has that such a cheerful disposition. Even in the feast, she had a cheerful disposition. She wasn't at all sad, and then when it just happened, it hit you hard. Because it's one of those things you didn't imagine was gonna happen. So when she started crying, it hit that lump in your throat because you're like, damn. And when you actually realise what she's crying about as well, it just makes it a whole lot worse. God damn, that was good. That was good. That was nicely done, Shaft. I can't I can't actually say anything against you. You did that really freaking well. Like, oh, my heart is hurting, actually. I don't see Hina cry. She's cute. I don't see her cry at all. That's why I'm guessing the little girl was so sad the whole entire time. She wasn't actually that kind of so bubbly and like, easygoing. She was always kind of sad and everything like that. And I'm guessing so, Akari kind of had that thing about her as well. She had that kind of cheerfulness to her still, but there was still that area of her that kind of almost you knew there's something kind of looming over this whole entire scene. There's something. There's, as he said, there was this solenness to the scene. There were like. Yeah, the whole entire house is presented to be this warm, homely kind of feeling. It's happy, this easygoing thing. But in the heart, there's still many things going down. Like the actual kind of guessing the surface and actually kind of scratch what's going down beneath. I guess that's what he's trying to portray. In essence, it's showing you that look, this is a very I'm caught down with the subtitles and just noticed that Crunchyroll picked up the show. God damn, did they? Crunchyroll's got this. Crunchyroll has it. Wait, do they? Wait, hold up. We shall get to the thing in a second. Well, while it's loading, I'll kind of go back to what I was saying. Fracking hell! Okay, Shaft, that was not nice. That was not nice at all. Oh, my heart is actually hurting still. Like, God, I can't. This is anime this season. Like, I think this actually is. This is the anime no one I can imagine no one's really watching because I don't really see. I see YouTubers talk about it, but I don't see many other people go, "Oh, he's seen that Marching Like a Lion" kind of show. I don't see people talking about it, which is actually kind of depressing because these more kind of subdued shows that has much action always have a lot more character and a lot more heart put into them. I'm not saying anything else this season's on, but heart into friggin' hell, Yuri on Ice was amazing. But still, it's just this show, from a visual standpoint, is literally masterful. Like I can't actually. There's not one shot in this show that is boring. Every single shot, even may it be a still shot of just the actual house itself, looks phenomenal. Like it just does. There's not one single scene that I can honestly say, well, that doesn't look that good. Everything looks amazing. That's why I think it's just one of those things. I quite like how they're just presenting Ray's character and how they actually went about presenting that whole entire scene and how it all just came. Yeah, Hina's tears did get to me. Hina's tears actually broke me inside. Like, yeah, it's one of those things you just again, it's one of those things you didn't expect it. Like, I think that's how. I think that's one of the strengths of this episode is how they went about presenting Hina. Because again, you could see in the scene that she wasn't happy, but you didn't expect her to go to the actual kind of riverside and then actually burst into tears. And because of how she was shown before, it kind of doesn't actually put this mindset into that it could in theory lead to her crying. So when she does cry, it kind of does get to you. It's one of those things you just didn't expect it to happen. And when it does, it kind of gets to you really, really hard. That's how emotion is done. Emotion's done that way. I actually teared up at both Nikado's fight at the end because I read the manga and they adapted it quite nicely. But is I forgot his name, Nikaido. Is Nikaido ill then? Because his kidneys, because the guy said his kidneys aren't working too well. That's why I was kind of shocked about that because it kind of was a little bit weird because he was kind of acting in the way that he didn't seem completely like as if he was full health. Did seem like he was kind of ill health. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I think this anime knows how to portray emotion really fracking down well. It's one of those things that I will actually kind of sing the praise of this show. It knows how to do emotion. Emotion is something which is make or break for a show. We haven't had that much involvement with these characters in this show thus far. We only had 2 episodes to actually kind of get to grips with these characters, but it shows you, but just in 2 episodes, you can feel for this character. You can feel for this world because they are portrayed so freaking down well that you don't want to see anything bad happen to them. Any single kind of, I know what to say, any single like misfortune these characters have, it really does get you because they're presented to be these people that are nice, easygoing, people that welcome anyone in. So you don't want to see anything bad happen to them. So when it does kind of happen, it kind of kills you inside. So he's not okay. What is he? Is he ill in the sense that he's dying, or is he just ill? Because if he's in that case, then that's going to kill me inside a little bit as well. Because he seems like a pretty cool character. Because again, one other thing to note is they never actually kind of portrayed him in that way either. I mean, when we actually got shown him first, he seemed like that kind of bubbly character, that kind of character that didn't have anything kind of, dare I say it, wrong with him. He didn't show any signs. So when it does actually happen, it hits you. Again, it plays your perception because you don't imagine these things to happen. So when it does actually happen, it kind of does actually hit you hard. That's why I kind of like about the show. It knows how to do emotion perfectly. And also, it just looks freaking beautiful as well. Like, cool, dang. This show knows, it just show knows how to look and look good. All right, let's have a look quickly at Luga code. I ain't seeing Luga code actually. Hold on. Kind of weird, I'm not seeing Luga code at all. I have to look that up afterwards. But getting back to the episode itself, it's one of those things that this anime came out of nowhere. Like, it really did, because I didn't expect this show to be this good. Like, not that I'm saying I thought it was going to be crap. I just thought it was going to be one of those kind of calming shows that doesn't really kind of... It has quite a lot of heart to it, but doesn't actually kind of do more than that. It's just a calming show. But I didn't expect this actual anime to be this freaking deep. So when it actually kind of went down the routes like that I didn't expect, it really surprised me. It really kind of just shafted me. That's the best way to describe it. It kind of did. It took me by surprise, and it kind of just brought me into this world that I just don't want to leave. Each week, this is the one anime besides Yuri on Ice I look forward to every single damn week, because it does it for me. It just does every single thing that I want it to do. And I don't think, handled by a different studio, I don't think it could have been done as well as Shaft. I don't think any other studio could have done this anime justice besides Shaft. Like, I just think Shaft know how to present a scene and how to actually kind of frame a scene. Dude, if you're sleepy, go to sleep. Like, you need to rest, man. Don't worry about it. Just rest. God, like, just sub it. Just sub it tomorrow. It's fine. Don't worry. I don't think anyone's. If the Raw's not out, I don't think anyone's gonna sub it. Like, if the Raw was out, I probably would say that maybe someone will sub it, but I don't think anyone will. I don't think it's the one that everyone's waiting to watch, per se. But it just does everything I want it to do, and it's so meticulously directed. It's so goddamn it, Shaft. You know how to do it. I mean, yeah, Monogatari just proved how much of a great studio they are, and Nisekoi kind of did show this as well. But I think this one is kind of just bringing together every single thing that makes Shaft so good and is amplifying it. I mean, from the framing, just from the actual kind of portrayal of how different his house is compared to Akari's house, how he knows he feels completely home there. His family is these people, yes, but he's actually lost as well. And also as well, how he's kind of realized that if he keeps on thinking about them, it's not good for him. So maybe just chase him out of his brain to actually kind of be okay, because he knew at one point crying is just getting to the point of being pointless. There's no point to it. So why don't I just chase him out of my brain? It's one of those things I was kind of surprised when he said that. Like, he chased them out of his mind, so he didn't actually kind of have them there at the forefront and not always there anymore. So that's how he kind of continued in life. It's kind of why maybe he has that kind of aurora about him. Like, in essence, he has that kind of, like, I don't know how to say it. He feels. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just do it tomorrow. I'll be here anyway. I haven't got that. I don't think I've got that much covered tomorrow. I think I'm doing Medaka Box, Token Rambu, and Gundam and thingy. I think Medaka Box might have to be moved. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking about work a bit more often than that now. But no, take a rest, dude. Don't worry about it. Just take it easy. No, but it's just. He just feels like a slight unease about him. Like, you just don't. I don't describe his character. Like, I have no idea how to describe his character. The words actually leaving my brain right now. Like, I know how to just I know what to say, but I can't say it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I can't actually say what I'm trying to think about. It's actually kind of getting to me now. So I actually quite like him. How he actually almost in a way like wanted to, like he wanted to save Nikaido out as well at the beginning. Like in essence, his arrogant thought of actually kind of allowing him to actually kind of find an easy way out to actually allow him to win. So they actually, in theory, actually can save the dude from actually maybe passing out, because it was actually kind of neat because. You think it's arrogant, but he's actually doing the kid a favor, because at the same time he's saying, look, okay, so I'm gonna find an easy way out here, so you actually can be okay, because if you carry on like this, then holy freaking Christ, you might actually pass out. You look anemic. You look like you're actually gonna literally just like vacate this area any second now. But it went on and on and on and on. But I like how they actually contrasted the scene before to where it was in the future. In essence, how he said. Originally, Nikaido said, I don't want to lose. But then afterwards, it went back to Ray saying, I don't want to lose. I like how it contrasted the characters, how it kind of just showed the progression of how much he's come from where he was originally to where he is now, and vice versa. It's actually kind of neat, because you'd think that maybe he would be the same, but no, he's actually grown. He's become stronger. He's actually a better person. In essence, yeah, he still lost the game itself, but he is better than he was before. So it's actually kind of a nice progression of character. Quite like how they're actually doing this. I really like everything about it. I can't say any faults with the show, because I quite like the animation, because the animation's it's different. It feels Shaft, but it feels like a different direction of Shaft. It doesn't feel like it's too different. Also, fun fact, when Nikaido was sitting in the room waiting for Ray, his cool face art style changed. The mangaka drew him to intense style of Junji Nijo, who's a shogi manga, and he actually did the episode end card. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. I actually never realized. That's actually kind of cool. So there's actually a shogi manga out there. Oh. It's also the other thing to note as well, is the actual kind of... It's... Again, I think a lot of the shows this season actually have what would be uninteresting plots, but make them interesting. In essence, the whole thing with shogi as well. I didn't expect shogi to be this kind of cool and interesting, but learning about different moves and how it actually kind of works is actually pretty freaking cool. Actually, kind of, in a way, I want to play it. I want to learn how to actually play and play. It's actually kind of a neat game. So, I really just can't say anything wrong with the show, because there's nothing specifically wrong with it. There's everything in it really works for me, because it tells a visual story. Like, in essence, one of the things to note is maybe that I don't know whether or not everyone's kind of picked up on it. It's a fact that the actual visuals tell a bigger story than the actual kind of narrative. The narrative does tell the story itself, but I think the actual visuals tell a bigger story here. I think the visuals are what tell you how the scene is kind of like... No, wait, retry that sentence. I think what the visuals do, it tells you how that scene is in mood, how the mood of the scene is shown. Because again, it uses colors quite a lot, and the colors actually do reflect how the characters feel in that one scene. I just quite like how it's done. It's actually a really fun game. I can imagine, but it's just like over here I don't think we have it. I don't think there's actually any kind of like shogi at all. So maybe one day if I go to Japan, I might pick it up just quickly. Might just grab it. It might be a portable version of it, so I actually can learn how to play it. I have to go to Japan one day. It's on my list of things to do. Which is, I love an anime that doesn't tell a story conventionally. Like, it doesn't tell a story how it's meant to be told. Because I like an anime that makes you kind of look into a scene. Doesn't actually kind of make you say, okay, here's the whole entire thing on a platter, eat it and enjoy yourself. Because it doesn't. This show doesn't do that. The show tells you. This show has the narrative. It has a dialogue. It tells you there quite specifically what's going on in the scene. But the visuals tell a bigger story. The visuals tell you more about the world, how the characters act, how the characters feel. And I think that's actually the bigger thing about it. I think that's what the one thing, honestly said, is really freaking great about it, is how they actually go about the visuals and how they tell the story about it, through it. I think it's actually kind of one of the strengths of it. And I actually quite enjoyed how they're doing it, because, again, it could be a conventional show about shogi. But how it kind of goes into the characters, like, kind of psyche, how it portrays the characters, how it shows the characters, how it shows the characters through framing, how it shows it through color, how it shows it through mood, how it shows it through the idea of the nighttime, how it shows it through what is contrasted from the previous scene to what it is now, is meticulous. It's amazing. It's great. It's just, it has everything that I love about anime, like, and also film as well. Because, again, film tends to do it sometimes, how it tells a story visually rather than thematically. Yeah, the story is there thematically as well, but the visuals tell the story a bit more than, say, just his dialogue. The dialogue tells half the story, while the visuals tell the other half of it. That's what I'm trying to get at. So again, I quite like the idea of the balloons as well, how the balloons play a bigger part in the whole entire narrative as well, how the blue balloon kind of went above the red balloon, and it kind of almost went like kind of level, then went above again, and it kind of went level again, it kind of went a bit below, and it went level again, and went up again afterwards. I thought it was actually kind of neat. It's a kind of a nice way to kind of, it's show don't tell. That's what I'm trying to, that's the best way to describe it. It's show don't tell, because it's showing you what's going on in the scene without telling you specifically what's going down in the scene through dialogue. It's not going, Ray's not using narration to tell you how that character's feeling. Put an image together quickly. Nikaido, who's imitating the artist, makes a card for the show. It's just you can actually add stuff on here. You can actually attach stuff on the YouTube comments. But it's one of the things I quite like about it, is how it just kind of does everything differently. How it does everything not the conventional route, which is what I like about Shaft. Shaft tend to actually, hold on, we got an image. We got Immigra. Let's have a lookies. It's not working, I don't think. There's no image for me. Sadly, there's no image. Right. No, but it knows what it needs to do, and does it really freaking well. That's what I love about Shaft. Shaft, even when the show's not too good thematically or not interesting thematically, the visuals kind of carry the narrative for me. I think I can just enjoy the visuals of a Shaft show, even if the Shaft show is not that great. With Niso Close Season 2, which, for the record, one of the worst shows I've ever watched in my lifetime, Season 2 is more than Season 1. Season 1 was actually pretty good. Season 2 was pretty naff. Those visuals in that show were fracking amazing. Like, it carried it for me. I'll have a look now. No, still not working. The depressing when you think about it, it's just not working. But I think if anyone was watching this and doesn't really know what I'm talking about when it comes, I tend to hate saying that. But if anyone wants to kind of look into more than just watching the show, tend to look at the visuals themselves, tend to look at how the character's framed in the shot, and tend to actually kind of Google how that is actually portrayed in the real world, how it's actually portrayed through characters, how it's actually showing how the character feels. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't know what I was saying before. I'm kind of losing the knowledge to speak in English. Basically, just look at the shot, look at how it's framed, and look at how it actually reflects the character's feeling at that one section. It kind of just tells you a bigger story about that character in a nutshell. It tells you a bigger story of what's really going down. And yeah, I think it's actually kind of one of the things I like about it. I think I went on about it last week a bit too much, about how that one shot when Ray was walking through the town and how he was like kind of shown at this end of the shot of the frame rather than in the middle or the end of that end. It just shows you that he was kind of trapped in his own kind of psyche, that something in his world was bringing him down and he needs to get out of that. But this time he was actually shown to be more in the forefront, more in the center of the frame. So it's actually kind of showing that he might be taking charge of the whole entire narrative. In essence, he is the dominant character in this narrative right now. I think it kind of was shown because of the whole Sugar game, how he actually won it again. And that's actually kind of just showing specifically that he is really just a dominant character within this narrative right freaking now. But maybe we might go back previously to what it was originally next episode, I imagine. I think that's what might actually go down. Because I think at the end, I'm not too sure how he was framed towards the end of the episode. I want to kind of have a quick butchers again. Don't know, because there's one, I think there was that one shot of him as he's watching Hina. I think that was one of the shots I quite liked, because I just stopped it at one of the frames, and they're perfectly in the middle of the frame, and it has the actual city, and it has a night sky, and it just looks freaking amazing. Like, it just I can't see the price of the show anymore. It's just so freaking good. Oh man. I think Free Gatsu just might be the show of the season if it was actually if actually just started in summer. I'm actually might call it anime of the year. It's just I don't know. I didn't quite look at that frame actually. It was a frame I wanted to see. It kind of screamed I need to look at it. Since I gave up crying about it as a pointless, it made me sad to think about it, so I tried not to. Chase them out. It's quite depressing when you think about it. He's just basically saying there at that one point. Was it really the right thing to do? Was it really the right thing to do to actually chase them out? He's lost family. Is it right? Is it technically right for him to actually kind of just block them out completely? But didn't he have a hazy memory originally? In essence, he had a hazy memory about what happened. That's why he kind of doesn't remember the whole entire event. But I'm guessing he probably did chase him out to kind of just realize that is crying to me pointless? Will I ever get to a better state if I carry on like this? Was it the right thing to do in the end? So it's actually kind of he's questioning himself now thanks to Hina. Hina's just kind of made him realize was that the right thing to do. So it's actually kind of a nice way to just kind of look into the psyche of this character. Because again, he could just be a shogi player, but he isn't. He's actually got more than just that. That's what I quite like about him. It's just so much more going on with him and then just that. I think it screams so many good things about the show that it's just almost the surface is just a shogi, while beneath it is this bigger storyline. How he feels, how he acts, how he kind of lives his life in his world. Excuse me, don't know why my throat's been really weird lately. It's just so freaking good. I love this show. I really do. So I'll probably will end it here because I'm gonna check it after the stream ends quickly, just because otherwise I think I've gone on about 50 minutes, and I think my opinion might be getting a little bit longer now. So yes, with all that said, I've indeed been the driver. If you have enjoyed this live stream as a whole, and you do not leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed my content and you want to leave a sub because you like what I say and you kind of want to join the family, that's what I'm trying to say, I don't know what my brain's doing, then do indeed leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. Then you join the family as well, and then you know my live streams go live. So until tomorrow with Luga Code, hopefully Medaka Box if I've got time. Also, I think some other animes in between Togarambu and then Awani and then Luga Code. So until tomorrow, see you guys later.